Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Ashley if you are new, and I'm going to do a plan with me in my kids planner. So this is an old planner. I've actually used it quite a bit, but I was never consistent with it. So I'm filled with like all these extra pages, and we're just going to put a lot of those extra pages to use. I think I have a couple of months where I didn't use it at all. I have a couple of months where like I started the spread and never used it, so I'm gonna go back and use those because hello, is that not adorable? But I wanted to do a spread specifically for Jensen's birthday, and then we're going to go into being able to use it for May. So I'm going to go ahead and do this for the last week of April, and I'm super excited because it's absolutely adorbs. Yeah, so freaking cute. So we're just gonna get going. Here we go. I sat a coffee cup down here, so you know, it just is what it is, but we're gonna go for it. I don't like wasting pages in planners, especially if it's like a lot, and I've used this planner for so many different things and it just wasn't working for me. But using it as a kid planner, like just kind of getting their life together with this one and with my daily to-do planner, I think it is kind of canceling out the use of like a family planner, like a weekly view, because that's kind of what this is, but it breaks it down per child. I'm not already out of this because that's kind of depressing. This is so freaking cute. I got it off of Temu. I've heard it so many different ways, but however you pronounce it, that's what I got it from. And I think it's soon to be finished. I use it quite a bit because hello, it's cute. The other half is somewhere. But yeah, I've used this planner for so many things, and I love it, but if it's not functional for me and it's not working out and I'm not gravitating towards it, I tend to be like, and never look at it. And that's kind of how it was for me, but I feel like using it for a kid planner is so much better and smarter. Now, I already have ideas for when I run out of these for what my kid planner is going to be. I have a couple more planners because, you know, TPC Nation is no longer a thing. And so, yeah, Penny Pages doesn't partner with them anymore, and they're no longer a thing. So it's like, okay, wow. But you guys, Penny Pages is coming out with some freaking amazing things. Like her new kits that she's been doing since she like is focusing on only her shop has been insanely gorgeous. And they are a little bit pricey for me, but however, everybody's shop has kind of upped in price because the materials are more expensive. And so because of that, like, I don't know, her work is just worth it to me, man. It's so freaking pretty. And as soon as stickers are back in my budget, which they're not right now, but as soon as they're back in my budget to purchase some kits, I'm definitely making her my first stop because holy crap, she's just been killing it. And there's a lot of people coming out with like journaling kits and art, like a lot of different artsy kinds of things that is just like killing me. So freaking pretty. So anyways, it's very, very weird for me today because I'm not feeling very well. I think it's just the season. I think it's just, you know, normal allergy stuff, but I have this weird headache. And to be honest, you know, I really just don't feel like being around anyone. You know, when you feel kind of crummy and it's not like the end of the world, but you just don't feel that great. And I just don't. And I don't really want to be around anybody. And so I just didn't feel like playing the keyboard and singing and doing all the things and making sure the nursery was taken care of and being around people and smiling and all of the things. Like, I just did not feel it today. I was not feeling social today in the least. And so I just needed a minute. We have a kickball game. It's family kickball night at church. We're going down to the park down the street from our church, and we're all playing kickball out there. So that will be fun, and I needed to feel better for that. And we're going to the grocery store after we get done because I went to the grocery store yesterday, but I was in a hurry, so I didn't get to go to the last store I was going to. And I was out of room, so I didn't really have anywhere to put anything else. So, we're going to do that when we get done. And I went to Trader Joe's yesterday for the very first time. And holy cannoli. We just got a Trader Joe's a few months ago in the city right next to me. So it's like 15 minutes away, and it is freaking amazing. All of the snacks that I bought, every one of them, there's only one. And I bought a few good mini snacks to try. There's only one that I wasn't just in love with, and they were still good. They just weren't my favorite. I was trying to try some dark chocolate, but dark chocolate's just not my favorite. And I was trying to make it into it, but it's still good. It's just not my favorite. But all of the other ones are addicting, and I want more. Like every other snack, they have like ube yogurt covered pretzels. Holy crap. I almost ate the whole bag before I even got it home. And when I gave it to Joshua, I wasn't sure if he was going to like it or not. But when I gave it to him, he was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, yes, I know. It's like delicious. Like, what is happening? So, yes. Yeah, crazy, man. So, that is happening when he gets done with church. And then, yeah, we're doing the things. So, I'm excited to feel better, but also I'm like excited and like completely like don't know what to do with myself because I'm by myself, and that's freaking crazy. I'm never by myself, so I feel like something's wrong. Like I feel like a kid is going to be interrupting me at any moment, and I'm going to have to hurry through this. I feel like I don't know what to do with myself because something like is there something wrong with someone because they're too quiet? Like I'm kind of on edge, but it's because I feel like this can't be right. Like what's happening? And it's really just that the fact that like they're not here because they're at church. So they're being well taken care of by their dad. Joshua was just like, just stay home. Like he has to do security at church anyways today, and so he won't be in service with me, and he won't be able to sit with me anyway. And so he was like, look, I'm not even going to be there, so just stay home and rest, and then you'll feel better, and we can go do things, and you can go to the kickball thing tonight. And I was like, okay. And then we had Jaron this weekend, and he wanted to go to kickball with us, and so he asked his mom if he could stay longer, so, which makes me feel good. That always makes me feel good when he wants to be here, you know what I mean? Especially when he wants to, like, be involved in church things. And he was so cute because when he came this weekend, he was like, hey, I brought some church clothes with me, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, he wanted to look good for church, and that's so cute. Like, we have been trying to get him interested in, like, looking good and, like, picking out his clothes that look nice, and you look nice for church, and you try to look your best, and, you know, you don't have to be, like, in a 3-piece suit or anything like that. Our church is actually really casual, but you at least look nice, and you match, and you don't wear floppy sweatpants. I mean, you know, like some people do, but preferably in our households, we want to at least wear presentable clothing to church. And so we've been trying to instill that in him, and he was so cute. Joshua, his outfit was actually entirely from Joshua because he can wear the same clothes as Joshua, and that's crazy to me. So he's 12 and he wears the same clothes as his dad, and his dad is not a small person. Like, he has very broad shoulders, and he's a big man, you know, like just naturally that's the way he is. But it's just funny to me, like he's just a big boy. So he is staying a little bit longer, and then we're going to be doing those fun things when we get done. But it's still like I feel super strange being alone. It's very weird. So I'm gonna try to get some stuff done and be productive. Like, use it, baby. use it. Use the alone time. Don't waste it. Even though I do feel really crummy. I do. But I still feel okay to sit here and do this. So let's just go for it. So I was going to say something else. So yesterday I went to multiple stores, okay? And since Joshua and I have gotten back together, his work schedule has been so crazy. We have not joined our bank accounts back again. And so we have separate accounts. So we have like all these different cards that we're using, right? Because they're different and separated still. And so I grabbed my bank card and another card, and then I didn't grab his debit card. And because I had plenty of money on mine, and so I was like, this, it's fine. It's no big deal. This is all I'll need, The other card was going to be the main card I used, and then I was going to use my debit card, for the rest. And like, it's just, we have some money, a little bit of everywhere, until we get our stuff synced back up. And so I went to the store and used the first card. Then I went to another store and got like our household stuff. And so I was using my debit card and it wasn't going through, and I was like, what the heck is happening? And it wouldn't work. And there was this couple behind me that had been talking to me about, I remember those days, don't feel bad, because I felt so bad. I had like two buggies completely maxed out, and they were having to wait, and they came kind of in the middle of things, so it's not like they were waiting on me forever, but still, they were waiting on me, and I was apologizing, I'm so sorry you got behind me, and blah, blah, blah. And they were like, we remember those days, and they were kind of smiling at each other and stuff like that. And my debit card wouldn't work. And so I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't have the amount that I thought I had in this account, and I didn't grab the other debit card. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, I didn't even grab my wallet. Like, all I grabbed, because I had another card I could have used in my wallet, but I didn't even grab that. I just grabbed the cards that I was going to use. Anyway, point of it is, I didn't even grab our main banking card that we use for everything. I just grabbed the two small ones because I thought that was all I needed. And so I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I didn't even bring my wallet. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's not as much as I thought there was. I was like, take this off and this off and let me try again. And she like couldn't find it because of course I have two cards. So the thing I'm asking her to take off is probably like in the middle of the transaction, and it makes me feel so bad. I feel like super horrible. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I'm so crazy. But I was like, I know I have this I was like, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I grabbed the wrong card and I should have just grabbed her main card. Like, why did I not do this? And I'm thinking this in my head, like, why have I not grabbed like the big card that we use? Instead, I'm grabbing these little ones. And so I'm like kicking myself, but I'm like, whatever. And so she can't find it. And the guy behind is like, well, I'll tell you what, just swipe your card for what you have, and then I'll pay the difference. And I was like, I cannot let you do that. And so I was like, okay, fine. Well, I swiped the card and it wouldn't go through. And I was like, what the freaking heck? And I tried it 4 times. It wouldn't go through. I was like, I know that this money is on this account. Like, I don't understand what's happening. And I was so embarrassed, and like, I felt so bad because I'm holding up the line. It's so inconvenient for everybody. And I'm like, what have I done? Like, am I that scatterbrained? Like, what is happening? And the guy, like, when I'm trying to swipe it and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, like, what am I going to do? Am I just going to suspend this transaction and have to do it all over again? Like, what is happening? And when I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, the guy just comes behind me and puts his card in there. I was like, no, I cannot let you do this. Like, I had paid for most of it, but then there's some still left. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, no, I can't let you do that. He swiped his card for $155. of my stuff. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I just could not stop saying thank you. Could not stop. Like, I felt so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my goodness. I felt like so like filled with gratitude. I didn't even know what to say to this man. And then when I got to the car, I realized I did have plenty of money in my account. They froze my account because charges that I had put on it online they thought were fraudulent, and so they froze it. So I figured out I'm not a crazy person. I had the money, I just couldn't access it. So I had to call and get my account unfroze and all of that. And it was actually me. It wasn't fraudulent charges. Nobody stole my account. It was actually me. But anyways, I was so embarrassed, but then I was thankful, because I was thinking to myself, did someone steal my money? Like, what's happening? I know this money is here. Why is this not working? And it was because they froze my bank account. So, but he paid for my stuff, man. And there's not there's not many people in this world like that anymore. Like, that stuff doesn't happen, and it just put my faith back in humanity. Like, there are great people out there. I mean, there are great people in this world, and they're so sweet. It was a man and his wife. They were probably in their early 60s, and they're amazing. And why I did not get his name so I can thank the Lord for him every day, I don't know, but God knows his name. And it was just so precious. I don't know what they thought. Maybe they thought I was like, I don't know, like an idiot who didn't have money and thought she did, or didn't know how to handle finances. I don't know what they thought, but whatever they thought, they were very kind and very sweet to me, and they did not have to do that, but they did. And so I'm very thankful for that.